You're watching Masters in Trading Live with Jonathan Rose.
Hey everybody, it's Jonathan Rose and welcome to Masters in Trading Live. At Masters in Trading Live, we get on here every day the market's open, 11 a.m. Eastern time to go over the market. We'll share some thoughts. Once in a while, we'll share our trade of the day. So I've done nothing but trade my entire career. I've been in the business for 27 years, moved out to Chicago knowing that I've always wanted to trade. It was always a dream of mine to be on the exchanges. And that's exactly what I did. I was at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. I worked at the Chicago Board of Trade. I worked at the Chicago Options Exchange. And that's really where I learned to value options to the penny. Now I get on every day and hang out with you fine folks. So today we have a really exciting show prepared. So last week what we did is we had 3 classes for divergences. We had 3 days in a row where I walked you through how we trade divergences, also called pair trades. You can think of it as like a delta neutral trading. We did that last week, and at the end of the 3 videos, we shared a wing dinger of a trade, SMR. We're gonna go over that trade today. What we're doing this week is we're having 3 earnings classes, and today is the 3rd earnings class. So just like we did last week, where we shared a trade on our 3rd day of classes, today we're gonna share a trade too on our 3rd day of classes. But what we also need to do is, for one, how's everybody doing in the chat? Hello to everybody. Welcome. I want to go over the trade from last week because we're going to get out of it. The trade worked in about a week. We're going to get out of it. So I'm going to go over that trade. We're going to go over earnings and we're going to share a brand new trade. Awesome. Chris, can you reach out to Eric? Can you just give him your email and let him contact you? Please. Thank you. All right. Okay, let me go over to the screen. So guys, the trade has been freaking awesome. It really is. Just the trade has been so good lately. So I got to start here with a snowman because we have a snowman in our Discord community. Having trouble to explain this to myself, even more so to my wife. But I started with $4,000 in my account and now it's over 30,000 smackers. So, wow, we love to celebrate good news with the glockenspiel, but snowman, I love to see that. Way to go. This is always recorded, guys. This is always recorded. We do this every single day. So the smart way to trade earnings. When earnings comes around, it's rinse and repeat. We do the same exact thing every single earnings. It's almost like people learn it and they're like, well, this is really simple. Why doesn't everybody trade like this? And my answer always is I have no idea why they don't. The reason they don't is probably because they're just not aware this is how professionals trade earnings. So I'm gonna go over that. It's really freaking cool. But literally every single earnings season, rinse and repeat. It's the same thing. It's not brain surgery. It's just a matter of learning. Here's the trade though. Last week, we put out a trade in SMR. Let me just grab my pen. If you have not watched the video, guys, who has SMR, guys? Can I get a Y in the chat if you have SMR? If you haven't watched this video yet, guys, here is the thumbnail. It's how to make $800 on just $200 of risk. It's a 23-minute video. It's a little cumbersome, but I want you to understand the trade. The trade that we shared on July 3rd, every trade that we do is time-stamped. We are regulated. No nonsense. Completely transparent. No nonsense. Here's the exact trade that not only did we share, we also have to execute. We bought the 40 calls and we sold the 50 calls. Why did we do that? Well, if you buy 40 calls and you sell 50 calls, all you're doing is you're just getting long stock and you're getting short stock. What's the most amount of money that you could possibly make if you're long 100 shares from 40 and you're short 100 shares from 50? What's the most amount of money that you can make if the trade is absolutely perfect? Long 100 shares from 40 stock, short 100 shares from 50. Because that is what a vertical call spread is. But you just do it with one option. Yeah, the most that you can make is $10. If this stock goes to 60, we don't get to participate in that extra $10 because our bet was for the stock to go between 40 and 50. Well, the reason we got into that trade, it was a divergence. LEU highly correlated to SMR. When LEU continued to just go gangbusters, last week I said, hey, guys, I got a really cool divergence trade for you. LEU is going gangbusters. SMR, also involved in, they're called SMR, single module reactors, is not keeping up. We should do a trade in SMR. And we want to do a trade where we're risking a fixed amount. These are the coolest things about these trades. They're very, very volatile. But literally, it's $203 per one lot. If SMR goes bankrupt, you can never lose more than $203. It's a fixed amount of risk, and we're going for big gains. Well, SMR, today, we need to take this trade off. So the 40 calls, we got in for $395. Mid-market right now are trading $750. Okay, that's a good thing. So this would be $750. Boom, about 100%. And then the 50 calls, remember, we're short. So for those, we're going to lose, say, $2 or so. But we're still going to make $550, which is over 100% on this trade. Keep it simple, okay? Keep it simple. Livy, nice, great trade. Got out for $367. Kevin, 80% this morning. Denny locks in $9,217. And then John, 90% gain. Again, guys, this is the exact trade that I shared for every single person who watches our YouTube channel. So hopefully you're able to make some money with it. We shared this last week. Not a bad return for a week's worth of work, wouldn't you say? Yeah, if you're having any trouble finding me, guys, just search Jonathan Rose on YouTube. That is going to be far and away the best way to find me. Jonathan Rose on YouTube. You'll find our channel. And again, guys, every single day we hop on live. We have the questions open. We're sharing trades. We're just looking to add value to you in any way that we possibly can. How we're going to add value next is I'm going to share a wing dinger of an earnings trade, because this week we've been explaining to you how we trade earnings. And so now we're going to kick it off with an earnings trade. Groupon. I don't know about you guys, but when I hear Groupon, it kind of makes me giggle. Does anybody use Groupon? Does anybody really use Groupon? Right? Unless you're going to like some anti-aging center, or you're going to, I don't know, get massages a lot or facials, but who really uses Groupon? I don't know. Gregor uses Groupon. Well, when Groupon first came out, people were really, really excited about it. But what I didn't realize is that in 2025, people are getting really, really excited about Groupon. But the only thing, Groupon doesn't have the earnings for people to be really excited about. It's a shitty company. Nobody uses Groupon. Once in a while, maybe you people use Groupon, but it's not, I don't know. I just don't see it. So I wanted to go. I was shocked that Groupon made such a big move. So I don't speculate, though. I'm not going to guess that Groupon is just going to go down because it rallied up. So I wanted to look at the earnings because I wanted a reason to make a trade in Groupon. So I back tested. I looked at the previous earnings announcements. The previous earnings announcements, the last 4 that it released earnings, Groupon made some really big moves. I'm guessing this is probably it. This is probably it. Maybe this is it. I don't know. Maybe this is it. Groupon likes to move after its earnings. Last time it moved 44%, 45%, 32%, 17%. That's a very, very volatile stock after an earnings announcement. When Apple releases earnings, it might rally 2% to 3%. It might fall 2 or 3%, but there's no way Apple's moving 44% or 45%, right? That's crazy. Groupon does like to move. So in order for it to move this fast, those options better reflect that movement in their pricing. So let's go look at Groupon stock and let's see the expectations of movement, because options are all about volatility and options have an expectation of movement. We've gone over this the last couple of days. We went over this with Katos 2 days ago on Monday. Yesterday we went over with MP, went over and analyzed those earnings as well. Both Katos and MP, we determined together that they were too expensive. The options were pricing in too much movement. It wasn't a good earnings trade. Well, Groupon has moved this amount its last 4 earnings releases. Right now, we come over here and we see that 7.498. Okay? Now, if we take that and we divide that number into the stock price, divide 32.50, that is going to equal 22%. 22%. So now, you're telling me that the last time Groupon released earnings, it moved 44%. The time before, 45. The time before that, 32. The time before that, 17. But right now, Mr. Market is only betting on 22% of movement? What? That makes no sense to me. We have 30 days until these options expire. 1 day out of those 30, we just might get this much movement. So why are these options priced so darn inexpensive? They're priced incorrectly. That's my opinion, at least. So I think these options are priced incorrectly. And so what are we going to do about it? I'm going to share a trade with you guys. Before I share the trade, does anybody have any questions? Does that make sense of why Groupon is inexpensive and why, if you go back and watch yesterday's video or the day before the video, and MP is expensive, Katos is expensive? We don't want to do earnings trades in those. We do want to do earnings trades in Groupon. Does that make sense, guys? This is by far the most important thing for me to share with you on earnings. We're not guessing. We're just valuing the earnings. And right now, these are really, really inexpensive. 7.498 divided by the price of the stock. This is the market maker move divided by the price of the stock. That's going to give us 22%. So here's your trade, guys. I'm a little bearish. Christine, I love that. I'm going to give you a glockenspiel for a little aha moment. Celebrate aha moments. Those are a big deal. So here's what I like, guys. Honestly, I'm a little bearish because I think Groupon is garbage. So I am slightly bearish. I'm not going to go like crazy bearish, but I'm going to go slightly bearish. And let's see what we can do here. Sorry for the quietness. I'm pulling up a live Groupon. And I'm going to write the trade out for you guys once I figure out what the heck we're going to do. Hey, Dimitri. Well, here's the kicker. In order to find the past earnings movement, we have a tool. We want you to join our Earnings Advantage program. Our Earnings Advantage program, the stats are ridiculous. We have a 63% win rate, an average hold of 30 days, and an average return of 40%. So we get that information for you, and I share it with you to find great trades. Chris dropped the information in there to join the earnings program. Okay, guys, here's what I'm looking at. I want to go with the 28 strike. I want to go at the 28 strike. And right now it's $1.70. Excuse my penmanship. I'll write it again. 28 strike. We're going to buy those. And then let's get something above. Let's do the 39s. The 39s are about $1.65. But I want to go 2 times on the puts. Puts, calls. I'm going to go 2 times because I want a bearish tilt. So 2 times, it would be whatever, 340. Because I want to go 2 times on the 28 strike because I want to go a little bit bearish. And then the upside, the 39 strike, $1.65. We will hold this trade for 30 days unless we can get out with a big, big, big profit. Sunny side, I don't care about the 52-week range on Groupon, but thank you for sharing. I'm not sure what the relevance is. But this is the trade. Does anybody have any questions about this specific trade? Again, last trade 32. We are buying the 28 puts. We are also buying the 39 calls. I want to do 2 times on those puts because I don't think Groupon should be doubling in price up here. I think it's kind of silly. So yeah, I like 2 times on the put side, 1 time on the call side. And again, everybody in our community, we post these trades, we talk about these trades, but this is a really good trade. We want movement. That's right. Janet, why those strikes? I'm trying to get the cost down. I could go a straddle, but the cost will be too much. I'm trying to get the cost down while still having a bearish bent to it. Okay? A really good thing, guys, don't feel like you're going to miss out. You're going to miss out if you don't understand the trade. So if you're not that comfortable with the trade, I would strongly suggest paper trading. Just paper trade. Paper trade, prove it to yourself that you understand the trade, watch the trade play out, continue watching the videos. I'm on every day. Ask questions. Let's learn together. Okay? I'm going to hop back on live. One more announcement. We have, for everybody that's in our Earnings Advantage program, and Chris Warder left the link, we're going to do a live class for everybody in the program where we're going to go over our risk right now in the earnings program, and we're going to search for trades live. But tomorrow, for everybody in our program, we're going to do a 30, 45-minute class, purely education. I want to make sure that you really understand these trades. For everybody in our all access guys, you guys sit tight. We're going to hop right back on. Grigor, I'm not going to repeat the trade again. I've done that a few times. I've written the trade out again. We always post this on YouTube. So please pause it, watch through the trade, and you'll get it. Okay? Eddie, thanks for the kind words. I really appreciate everyone joining. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up, subscribe. Everybody in All Access, you guys sit tight. We're going to go over a live trade that we shared this morning. We'll be right back.